Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here and this is your first time seeing me, I am Nikki, and a year ago today I buzzed all of my hair off. Technically it's not a year ago today, it's a year ago tomorrow, but I figured I would film this video in advance so I can get it out for you guys on time. And I do want to quickly apologize if the lighting keeps going in and out or a thunderstorm starts to happen, and if you can hear the wind right now, it's probably crazy, but the weather is not in my favor today, but I really wanted to film this anyway. And I reached out to you guys on Instagram stories and asked if you had any hair related questions for me relating to the whole buzz cut process or just hair in general that you wanted me to answer in this video. So without further ado, I want to keep this short and simple. We're gonna get into it. I want to give you guys a hair update on my length, where it's at right now. I did measure it the other day, but just so you guys can get an accurate picture of where it's at now, I basically just hold my hair up on my head and bring my fingers all the way up and grab the longest piece I can feel in my fingers. Because I have gone in with texturizing shears, I'll get into that later, but there are some shorter pieces, so I try to grab onto the longest piece and I pull it out of my head. So I don't know if you can see, this is my longest piece right now. Well, not right now, this isn't the longest piece on my head, but this is one of the longer ones. I will measure that too and show you guys, but I measured a piece of my hair the other day just like that, and it was, I think almost at 8 inches, and it's been a year, so that's really good with growth. I know hair grows half an inch a month. I do in fact know that. A few people tried to tell me in my buzz cut video, but this kind of disproves that, because my hair is almost at 8 inches and it's been a year. So it would have been at 6 inches if my hair grew half an inch a month. First things first, before we get into any questions, I am not planning on buzzing my head again anytime soon. I get that question all the time. I may do it again in the future, but people are always like, oh, when, next year? I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen. It took me a long time to buzz my head in the first place, a few years. Right now, I'm just focused on it being long. I do not want to cut it back into a pixie. Sometimes I look at pictures and damn, she was cute. But right now, I'm focused on length and getting it nice and long, because my hair hasn't been really long in a few years. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly get that out of the way. This question I got kind of a few times in worded a few different ways, but basically it's along the lines of, do you regret buzzing your head, and would you recommend it to other people? So I absolutely would recommend it. Every time someone DMs me asking if I think it's a good idea for them to do it, I don't even care who they are, I'm gonna say yes, because this was a really fun experience for me. I got to go through so many different hair changes and looks, and it's just really fun to play around with, especially if you color it and stuff while it's really short. So if you don't like it, you could just buzz it off. It's such a freeing experience. No matter who you are, I really think you should try it at least one time. And do I regret it? I do not regret it at all, especially because it brought all of you guys to my channel. I didn't do it for that reason, but yeah, it's been a really cool year of self-confidence and learning to accept my hair in all of its different forms and not rely on my hair to feel better about myself. So yeah, I really liked that aspect of it, so I don't regret it at all. People ask me what I do to grow it out. Honestly, a lot of it is genetics. My mom's hair grows really fast. I don't know if I got that from her or, just genetically, I'm producing hair really quickly, if that makes sense. And I didn't wash it that much in the beginning. I still don't wash it that much, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And in the beginning, because it really didn't look dirty or anything, I washed it maybe 2 times a week. And I really didn't put heat on it. I put heat on it today. I even bleached it and stuff, and it was still growing quite fast. So yeah, that is how my hair got to where it is. I'm really impressed with it. I can't believe it's this long, after a year, but I'm really grateful for that and just happy that my hair wants to do what I want it to do. And to go along with that, somebody asked me what shampoo I use. I can't remember the name of the brand, but I'll put it up here. That is what I mostly use. While my hair was blonde, I was using Joico purple shampoo. I'll put that up too. A super common one is, how did you manage to keep it tamed while growing it out, and did you cut it at all while growing it out? First things first, there were definitely times where it was not tamed. I just didn't post pictures of it or take videos or anything while my hair was crazy. It was definitely days where I was looking a mess. Yeah, and I might put some of those pictures if I can find any of them. But one thing I did do to reduce bulk in my hair was I went in with texturizing shears that I got from beauty school, but they basically just like remove a little bit of bulk. I didn't do anything too crazy, just kind of went around my head, brought pieces up, and like just went in and point cutted with the texturizing shears, and that worked wonders for me. So that's why there's some shorter hairs in different places all over my head, but it definitely helped reduce bulk so it wasn't like crazy all the time. I also want to mention I cut a little bit of bang up front the other day. I just went in and point cutted like maybe a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch off. I think maybe I like took some off of the pointy bit in the back when it was first growing out because it was like weird, but that's about it. What was your favorite phase in this whole process and your least favorite phase? So my favorite phase was definitely the blonde pixie. When I dyed my hair red, I was like, oh, this is my color. But when I look at pictures of the blonde pixie, I'm like, no, that was good. That was supreme. And then least favorite, I'm gonna post a picture of my least favorite. I consider this kind of my mullet stage. It was just really hard to tame a lot of the times. You know, I would just clip the sides back and let the hair be hanging out. And then right after that was the phase where I could start pulling it back, which is really exciting, using a lot of clips and hairspray. And when I say clips, I mean like barrettes, basically. Did it boost your confidence or lower your confidence? And I kind of touched on this earlier. It boosted my confidence a lot. The first few days, seeing myself bald without makeup, I was like, this is a little boy, this is a teenage boy, and I can't look at myself. And I definitely was really nervous at first. I was like, what did I do? Why did I do this? But honestly, this process really helped me learn to appreciate my face more. It was just a really eye-opening experience to see that I can be beautiful no matter what, and I'm just really glad I did it because it did make me appreciate myself more because I wasn't relying on my hair to feel beautiful. Any advice on how to grow your hair faster? Like I said earlier, I didn't really do anything. I was taking collagen in the beginning, and collagen is a great product to be taking for your hair, skin, and nails, and it also helps with your digestive system. But one thing that can help is just cutting your hair. I don't know what length your hair is at, but if you have long hair, you should be getting like trims every month or every few months just to keep your hair growing and keep your hair healthy, because when your hair splits on the ends, it's just going to keep splitting and breaking up that hair shaft. So you might as well cut off that split end so it doesn't keep breaking. Do I miss the buzz cut? I do miss the buzz cut. And when I look at pictures of myself with it, I'm like, damn, she was fine as hell. But I know the growing out process is so incredibly long that I'm not willing to buzz it again. It's been a year and I'm at 8 inches. I'm going strong. I don't want to buzz it again. So someone said, how did you make it through the growing out process? And someone else said, any styling tips? I do have a video of how I styled my hair for quite a long time when I was growing it out. The mullet stage, like I said before, I don't have too much advice for you. It was definitely a struggle stage for me. But making it through the growing out process, I just styled it the way I did in that video for quite some time. And, you know, just laid my hair flat and kept it nice and neat. And yeah, it wasn't really anything too crazy. And like I said, I just dealt with the bad days. I just dealt with them. I didn't try to fight it. Someone said, I don't know what to ask, but how's quarantine? Quarantine's pretty okay. There are some days where I am just feeling sad and stressed because I'm not making money currently. The unemployment situation is crazy right now. But overall, doing pretty okay. I'm just glad that this is giving me a chance to work on my social media more And the fact that I'm gonna be posting 2 videos during quarantine is dope so far, and hopefully I make more. So I think that is all the questions I want to go over today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you've been here since the Buzzcut video, thank you, or before that, that's awesome. If you liked this video, you can give it a thumbs up, comment, tell me what you want to see from me, subscribe if you want to, and hit that bell notification so you get an update every time I post a new video. I don't know why I said that like that, but I do love you guys so very much. I will see you in my next video. Someone asked me to share my iced latte recipe because I've been talking about it a lot on Instagram. So I have a favorite coffee shop and they serve La Colombe coffee, which is just superior. It's superior. This one is a medium roast and it's called Afrique, and it has notes of cocoa, raspberry, and toasted coconut, which are all things I love. So I was like, yes, we're gonna do this one. You can't like taste coconut or anything in it, but this has been my favorite one. I've repurchased this like 3 times now, and in quarantine I learned how to perfect my iced latte recipe at home. So I have a, not a French press, but an AeroPress, which makes your coffee taste more like espresso than a French press would, and it's amazing. It's not like the cutest piece of appliance to have in your kitchen, but it's fantastic. So basically I just take about a scoop and a half with the AeroPress scooper of this coffee, and I blend this like really finely, and I take a scoop and a half of coffee to 1 cup of boiling hot water, and or maybe a little bit more than 1 cup, probably like a cup and a half of boiling hot water. I pour that in there into the AeroPress, and instead of just pressing it down instantly, I stir it up really good and just let it sit for probably like 10 minutes, so it really like infuses the water and it starts dripping on its own. And then I'll press the rest of it down and I'll put sugar in it and then let that sit in the fridge so it's nice and cold. I hate the concept of pouring hot coffee over ice at home. I get it, they're gonna do it at the coffee shop, I don't care about that, but doing it at home, I'm not a fan of, so I want it to be ice cold. And then I use my dairy of choice with my coffee, and just, yeah, whatever your coffee to dairy ratio is, then you can do that.